Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's first video. We're going to have a look at weather next day 14 days. For today's first video, day 10, will take us to the 9th of September. And we'll be able to extend out beyond that with the GFS and ECM ensembles because they run to around a couple of weeks. We'll have a look at Surface V2 at the end of a video for the next 4 weeks, which will get us towards the last stages of September. I'll get on with that for you in a moment. Just say it first, video 6 was our 6am upload. I've also released the EC 30-day look ahead as well. So please like, share, subscribe on those videos. Thank you so much, everybody. For dinner, I hope you're having a lovely church. I hope you had a lovely bank holiday, although it wasn't bank holiday in Scotland, of course, but I hope you had a lovely bank holiday Monday where it was. And I hope you enjoyed the historic video as well, looking at winter 1928, 1929. Good watch, wasn't it? I enjoyed doing that one. Right, so you're going to start off in the tropical Atlantic, 2 disturbance areas. We've got an orange X just here. We've got a yellow X over there. Things beginning to happen and liven up in the Atlantic. So, disturbance 2, with a 20% chance of cyclone formation, low chance in the next 48 hours, and a 40% chance, a medium chance, of cyclone formation in the next 5 days. They say a tropical wave accompanied by a broad area of low pressure is located just off the west coast of Africa. Some gradual development is possible, and the system could become a short-lived tropical depression over the far eastern Atlantic during the next few days. By next week, the disturbance is forecast to move over cooler waters, and further development is not expected. Regardless of development, the system could bring locally heavy rainfall to portions of Cape Verde Islands by Wednesday. And then we've got the orange X here. This one much more significant, with a 50% chance of cyclone formation medium in the next 2 days and an 80% chance high in the next 5 days. A broad and elongated area of low pressure located 700 miles east of Les Antilles is producing a large area of disorganized showers and thunderstorms. Although environmental conditions are only marginally conducive, some gradual development of the system is expected over the next several days, and a tropical depression is likely to form later this week. The disturbance is forecast to move slowly toward the west and then west-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour toward the adjacent waters of the northern Leeward Islands. Additional information on this system can be found in high seas forecasts issued by the National Weather Service. It looks like that could become a tropical storm. Whether that will go on and become a hurricane, have to wait and see. It certainly seems that things are beginning to start livening up a little bit in the tropical Atlantic now, so we should keep a close eye on that through the week. Central temperature, let's just see if it's updated. No, it hasn't. So CT at the moment is still provisional to the 27th of August, when it was standing at 19.0. I reckon that'll be gone under 19 degrees. Now it'll be gone down into the 18s. It might update later on this afternoon, so keep an eye on the CT page. You can find the link to CT page in the description with video at YouTube. These are the GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles for the next couple of weeks. So the red line is the 30-year upper air temperature average for Coventry. We're around to a little bit below average of the upper air temperatures at the moment. They're going to go warmer later on in the week. Not for all that long though. They'll be falling back over the weekend into next week. Just hovering quite close to long-term averages, really. There are some quite warm ensemble members, outline members up here, but we've got some very cool ensemble member outline members down there as well. I think overall just looks relatively close to normal, really. No sign of anything excessively hot, except it will get quite warm and humid, I think, at the end of weekend into weekend as we draw up an unstable southerly wind, but that will very quickly be tempered by rainfall. And I think rainfall is the main story, actually, as we go into September. A lot of dry weather to come through the rest of the working week, but as we get into the weekend and next week, it does look as though we can have a little bit of a deluge on our hands with some pretty big precipitation spikes there. Any time from around the 3rd to around the 7th or the 8th of September. And then beyond that, really, actually into the second week of September, I should say, quite a few precipitation spikes coming through then as well. Temperature anomalies on the 30th of August, 7th of September are going to be above average. Precipitation anomalies from the 30th of August to the 7th of September are turning wetter than average in the west. Wetter in the west, near normal to a bit dry, but average still for more southern areas. I think these anomaly maps are going to trend wetter though for all of us over the next day or two. Latest windblow map from earthnoschool.net shows that we're drawing in easterly winds today. We've got high pressure centred more or less over Scotland, really, and we're drawing an easterly wind across England and Wales, which is bringing more in way of cloud with it and a slightly cooler feel. Yeah, winds are in from the east today. Well, this time you can make Euro run is looking for midnight on Friday. High pressure weakening at the end of the week, still more or less over a ridge there, but by the time we get through to midnight on Saturday, low pressure has taken over. And it's quite a complex scenario with transition from high pressure to low pressure. So I think what happens probably is that we have just increased risk of showers initially, Friday, probably Saturday. And then by Sunday into Monday through next week, longer spells of rain then getting involved in all of this. Quite a significant area of low pressure there just for southwest approaches with the UK Met Euro run midnight on Tuesday. That could be a real soaker, bringing some very wet weather, perhaps some very windy weather too, actually, far southwestern corner of the country. So you can make your looks quite wet by the early part of next week, quite unsettled. Icon looks like that again. High pressure is gradually weakening at the end of the week, allowing lower pressure to take over. Low pressure centred to our west southwest, which draws up wind for southerly direction. It won't be cold, but it will be more unsettled with below pressure throwing up bands of showers or longer spells of rain, and particularly affecting Ireland, England, Wales. Actually, probably not all that much Scotland and northeastern England. GFS midnight run, again showing high pressure weakening as low pressure out to the west and also to the south acts as a pincer against that high pressure. It's a pincer movement. So just generally turning more unsettled as we go into the weekend, with low pressure to our west southwest throwing up showers or maybe bands of longer spells of rain across the country. Looking really quite unsettled by the early part of next week with a deep area of low pressure actually across Ireland. That will bring further wet weather across the country through the early part of next week. Remember, low pressure more or less over top of the country by the middle of next week. So showers, longer spells of rain wrapped around that. Here comes that tropical storm and and or hurricane just appearing on the far left of the screen or of the chart as you are looking at it on the GFS midnight run. That looks like it is a hurricane. I think it's a disturbance area, but we're just talking about the orange X. I think by sort of middle to last part of next week, that as an ex-hurricane is moving into the northern part of the Atlantic Ocean. What does that do? It actually builds up this ridge of the Azores high ahead of it. So we try to go back to higher pressure through the second week of September, albeit it's not hot, the high pressure centred to our west-southwest. So we keep wind in from off the Atlantic. So it doesn't turn hot, that area of high pressure, but it does turn a bit drier through the second week of September. The GFS 6 there looks like that. So once again on Friday, changeover day, that's when lower pressure is taking over. As you get into the weekend, low pressure is centred firmly to our west with showers or longer spells of rain being brought in by that area of low pressure. Again, particularly affecting more southern and western areas. Probably not that much rain actually getting into the north and the northeast with that area of low pressure. Moving up toward day 10. Again, there's the remains of that tropical storm and or hurricane at the end of next week. Meanwhile, we have these areas of low pressure, shallow areas of low pressure sitting close to the country. They'll bring further bouts of rain with them. In the more extreme range, that area of low pressure gets out of way, and we actually turn wind into a northerly there. So we go like cool and showery with northerly winds as we go through the second week of September before the high pressure eventually builds in across the country and turns us a little bit warmer as we get into the middle part of September. So unsettled for the first week, then into a cool northerly, cool showery northerly, before we turn for the second week, before we turn drier, a little bit warmer by the middle part of the month. This is the 5-day accumulated precipitation forecast based on that GFS 6 run at the weather outlook. So over the next 5 days, most of the rain is in the west. So up western side of the country, anything between around 20 to 40 or 50 millimetres really, but anywhere further east, very little in the way of rain, like through Midlands, East Anglia, Southern, South East England, barely any measurable rain. But this is a 10-day cumulative precipitation forecast based on that 6Z run, and you see it does actually look quite wet between days 5 and 10, even for more eastern areas. We've got 40, 50 millimetres rain shown up there, 40 millimetres through Midlands, 40 to 50, 60 millimetres through these eastern parts of England. Much more significant in way of rainfall in terms of a 10-day cumulative precipitation. Just really the far north of Scotland that hangs on to the dry weather. Not much precipitation there in the next 10 days. But it certainly looks like, the first week of September will yield some significant and very useful rain. Notice it's very wet for parts of Southern Ireland with up to 120 or 130 millimetres over the next 10 days. So, exceptionally wet in the far south of Ireland. We're not going to be that wet, but certainly does look as though we are going to get some much needed and useful rain through the first week of September. If you enjoyed the video, then please can you like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that, and drop a comment to us about this and all of our videos. Thank you so much. We've just hit 14.3k as well, by the way, 14,300 subscribers. So now we push on to 14.4k. Please get 14.4k. Thank you so much, everybody. Right, the GEM looks like this. Low pressure taking over on Friday. And into the weekend, low pressure will be to west southwest country. That'll be throwing up bands of rain across country, maybe thundery too. And looks much more unsettled into the early part of next week as well, with low pressure over the top of the country. There'll be plenty of wet weather, certainly plenty of showers rotating around that area of low pressure. By day 10, the low is easing to the east and turning wind into more of a northerly direction, so begin to go cooler as we turn into the north there as well. And then finally, the ECM showing low pressure to the west, northwest, and also to the south on Friday, breaking down the ridge. So by Saturday, we've got low pressure sitting over top of the country. That will throw up bands of rain, showers or longer spells of rain coming in with that area of low pressure. And the low pressure sticks around the country really as we get to day 10, which is Friday, the 9th of September. This is a precipitation forecast based on that ECM run from Tometeo.com. Initially relatively dry, but as we get to the end of the week, showers break out. So the first thing to look out for is showers breaking out, I think, and then eventually we start seeing these longer spells of rain pushing up from the south. Initially, particularly for more western areas, but eventually you find some of this heavy rain also getting over onto the eastern side of the country too. And that takes us right way up to day 10 with further showers, longer spells of rain, possibly thunderstorms around the country. So it looks like a significantly more unsettled start September than we've had for a long time. These are the options on the table within the ECM ensemble today for day 10, which gets us to the 9th of September. 20 from the Italian 20 members of the ECM ensembles with high pressure blocking around Greenland, Iceland, low pressure across southern England. That will bring the wettest weather into the south. We have 6 including control and the operation run, low pressure more or less over top of the country in combination with blocking around Greenland. So that's going to be unsettled scenario, of course. And then 15 with low pressure just to our east, high pressure away to the northwest. Again, that will be an unsettled scenario. All options are looking unsettled. The showers and longer spells of rain at day 10. In 2 weeks' time, these are the options that we've got. Will get us to the 14th of September. 27 members of the ECM ensembles have high pressure blocking around Greenland, low pressure over to the east of the country, so that is going to be cool and showery. 15 with high pressure right in over the country, so that's going to turn drier. Not particularly warm though, with that we'll be bringing in wind from the northeast, so that's going to be quite cool by middle of September, of course. And then 9 with the classic scenario of low pressure to the north, high pressure to the south. We're in like a flat westerly type flow. Driest weather will be down south with that. CFS finally, and then we're done. These are 500 millibar high tide running down to week periods. The first week period takes us from the 30th of August, 5th of September. The coming week will have high pressure blocking within high latitudes, and low pressure down to the south will be drawing up a southerly flow with showers or longer spells of rain, particularly in the south. Week 2 also looking really quite unsettled here. This will be the 6th to the 12th of September with low pressure in across northern and also Western Europe, high pressure around Greenland and Iceland. Jet stream will be pushed southwards as well. So that's going to bring showers and longer spells of rain and a chilly north or northeasterly wind potentially too. Week 3 is going to be the 13th to the 19th of September. Tropical low in over Scandinavia. Trying to raise heights to the south a little bit though. Trying to turn things a little bit drier and warmer potentially for the middle part of September. And then week 4 goes unsettled again. This is the 20th, 26th of September with deep low pressure over and to the west of the country. Income Atlantic westerly winds. And that probably would see us into a wetter than average September, I would have thought. Yeah, quite a wet, unsettled September on the way if the CFS is right today. Of course, we'll see, and all will be revealed. Right, we're at the end of the video, so if you've enjoyed the video, please can you like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. Drop a comment, let us know what you think all of our videos, and don't forget to tell your friends and family about GavsWeatherVids and ask them to subscribe as well. It's amazing, it's incredible that we are on the grind out to 14.4k, 14,444 will be a big number. And they've got a little way to go before we get back though. We've got to put over 100 subscribers for that. But 14,444 is like going to be an interesting number. And that will be looming before too much longer, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Right, well, we're done with today's news then. Just to tell you what's coming up tomorrow, 6 AM upload, 10 to 14 day or two, and yeah, so keep checking back to the channel for more. But for this one, that's all for now, and thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, and bye for now.